Hello, guys. Welcome again to the YouTube channel. It's a pleasure to have you back. And this time around, I will be talking to you about a program called the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program that is, been taking place for some time from 2019 in an area called Thunder Bay, which is in Ontario. And so this is basically as a follow-up video to the Express Entry Program and the Provincial Nomination Program that I talked about in one of the previous videos that we recently uploaded. And so if you have not watched that video, please do go back to that video and watch it. Watch how the Express Entry Program and the Provincial Nomination Program works. But this time around, I thought we talk about the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, which is specific to Thunder Bay. And so, just to read some information, the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot is a new community-driven immigration program. It is designated to spread the benefits of economic immigration to smaller communities by creating a path to permanent residence for skilled foreign workers who want to work and live in Thunder Bay and surrounding areas. The RNIP allows eligible employers to actually make full-time permanent job offers to skilled foreign workers who can help fill identified labor shortages in their community. Effective September 2022, 23rd, the geographic boundary of the RNIP Thunder Bay and area encompasses the Thunder Bay and the Rnip River districts, including the following communities. So this program actually covers all these communities that you can see listed here. Going a little bit further, you can actually see that the Thunder Bay Community Economic Development Commission recommends people for permanent residence who have the skills and experience needed by Thunder Bay and area employers. The government of Canada makes the final decision to approve applications for permanent residence. The RNIP takes place from November 2019 through February 2024. So you can actually see that there is still time before this program comes to an end. But it's actually been happening from 2019 to 2024. To date, Thunder Bay program has recommended nearly 400 candidates for permanent residence under this particular program. And so, if one has to participate in this program for Thunder Bay, they have to either be a job seeker, and the job seeker will be either within Canada, in other parts of Canada, and they do not have permanent residence, but they are interested in getting permanent residence, or could actually be abroad and they have the foreign worker experience, which they might want to use for them to actually get a job in Canada. And so then there'll be a job seeker in that category. And then in terms of employers, so these will be employers that may actually give you a job offer, and maybe they have not yet applied for this particular program, but employers can actually apply at any time for this particular program. Let's say they have found someone who they are interested in with the skills that they really want to actually put as part of their company. They may go a step further to apply for the RNIP program so that you can be recruited under this program for Thunder Bay. Now, I will not really focus so much on employers because these are in Canada, but I will focus on the job seekers. What is it that you need to have for you to participate in this particular program, for you to benefit from this particular program. So if you are a job seeker, you need to make sure you pay attention to the following page. And on this page, you actually find, the different things that you actually need to make sure you have for you to be able to participate in this particular program. So for you to actually meet the eligibility criteria, first of all, you actually need to have an offer of employment, and that will actually give you a total of 20 points. And then you need to meet the language proficiency requirement. And so this could either be English or French, certificate, which you would have written not more than 2 years ago. And again, this will give you 20 maximum achievable points. And then work experience will give you 8 points. Skills and alignment. So, if you watched the video that I showed on the express entry program and the provincial nomination program, I actually showed the job titles and the main duties. So if your job title and your main duties align with the skills that they actually need, then you will get a maximum point of 20. So you actually need to go back to that video, watch that video, and visit all the links that are in that video that actually talks about the express entry program for Canada. And then the next one is experience living in a small or rural community. So if you have a previous experience of living in a small or rural community in your country, this will actually give you 16 points, because then it means you would be able to actually adapt living in this small community that is actually recruiting, in this case, Thunder Bay. And then family connections. So family connections, basically, they are looking at how connected are you to Canada? Do you have any family members within Thunder Bay or within Canada itself? So then that will give you like 8 points. And then non-family connections, these would be like friends and things like that, the church, and yeah, that which really connects you to Canada. And that will actually give you 4 points. And then the spouse language. What language does your spouse speak? Do they have the English proficiency exam? And for that, they will actually be able, you will actually be able to score 2 points if your wife meets the language, proficiency. And then for spouse, the skills that your spouse may have. If your spouse has had their credentials verified through WES, you will be able to actually score 2 points for that, just because of your wife having her credentials verified to the level of those in Canada. So basically, this is information that you actually want to pay attention to. So those are the eligibility criteria that you want to pay attention to as an applicant who is interested in this particular program. And so on here, you find frequently asked questions, which you can actually go through at your own time. So for example, if you click that, you ask, are you eligible for the RNIP program? To be eligible for the program, candidates must have a qualifying job offer and meet federal eligibility criteria. So visit the Government of Canada's website to review eligibility criteria. Then how do I obtain permanent residence through this RNIP program? So for candidates who meet federal eligibility criteria, and again, I actually talked about this in the express entry, criteria that you may need to fulfill. And that is the one they are referring to here when they talk about federal eligibility criteria. The first step is obtaining a qualifying job offer. Then you view Thunder Bay step-by-step process to learn how the program works. I would like to speak to someone to determine my eligibility for the RNIP program. Who can I contact? And so, again, you have been given the website there. And so, basically, at your own time, go through these frequently asked questions because this will actually help you, yeah, to actually go through information that might be relevant for you. And remember, when you get to know these things, you know, you get empowered. You can actually do these things on your own. So, for example, here they say, do I need to hire an immigration consultant or lawyer? Preferential treatment is not provided to applicants who have hired an immigration representative. However, if you choose to have your paperwork completed by an immigration representative, please refer to the IRCC website for information on making an informed choice. And so, even if you decided to use an immigration consultant or lawyer, you will still not get preferential treatment compared to even those who also decided to just go it on their own by doing their own research. So you basically be at the same footing. So you will be competing at the same level. There will be no competitive advantage, yeah, compared to those who choose not to use an immigration lawyer. So basically, this is information which I thought I should actually share with you. But before that, you want to actually see if we can actually go through much more information about this program. So you can see here they say information for candidates. So when you click this, they actually say the first step toward achieving permanent residence through this program is obtaining a qualifying job offer from an eligible employer. Candidates must meet all of the eligibility criteria set by the federal government and apply for jobs directly with an employer. Learn more about applying for a community recommendation and download Thunder Bay RNIP application instructional guide. So remember, the first thing that I said is that you actually need to meet the federal government criteria, which revolves around those parameters that I spoke about, the 6 parameters: age, okay, job experience, education, adaptability, language proficiency. Those are the criteria they are basing your qualification on for you to be able to benefit or apply to this particular program. So you need to pay attention to that. So when you meet that, criteria, then you can now go ahead to beginning to apply for this particular, program so that you can actually benefit, from getting a recommendation from Thunder Bay for you to be able to apply for permanent residence. And then this other information is essentially for employers. And then I just wanted to go over some of the priority occupations in case people might not actually know some of the jobs that are actually being considered for this particular program. So jobs currently not being filled by the local labor market. So what happens is that, the government of Canada will advertise jobs. And when they do that, they will advertise jobs to the locals, permanent residents, to, citizens. But when they notice that those jobs are not being filled by the locals, then they will open up those jobs for the international market so that employers now can recruit. They have the permission to recruit people who then can be sponsored to, become permanent residents. And so let's basically look at those jobs that are being talked about here. Which jobs are these? So we are here still on this same page. Let's see. Yeah. So you can actually see the list of jobs here, friends. The jobs are here, so you can see them: financial managers, human resource managers, purchasing managers, other administrative service managers, insurance, real estate, and financial brokerage managers, banking, credit, and other investment managers, advertising, marketing, and public relations managers, other business services managers, telecommunications career managers, postal and courier service managers, engineering managers, architecture and science managers. So all these jobs here, these are in what is called the tier 0. And then there is, you know, tier 1. So on tier 1, you find those are the jobs there. Physician assistants, midwives, allied healthcare professionals, mechanical engineers, civil engineers, biologists, and related scientists. So you can see all these jobs here. Again, if you open tier 2, I will not really waste time going through all this. You can see all health workers here. Health workers are here. The group of health workers are here on tier 2. Then tier 3, okay, let's see. Tier 3, we are here. You can see bakers, cooks, medical administrative assistants, butchers, retailers and sellers and wholesalers, transport truck drivers. They are there, but you need to meet those criteria, education criteria, English proficiency. You need to meet those criteria. Transport truck driver, heavy equipment operators, residential and commercial installers and services, drillers and brasters. Okay, so you can see all these jobs are actually, eligible for this particular program. And then tier 4, again, you find a lot of jobs here, which I would allow you to go through at your own time. And just like our custom is on this channel, we actually share the links in the description box so that you can actually do your own research at your own time. Friends, when you do your research, you can do these things on your own. And this is basically what we are trying to do. We are trying to empower you so that you can actually do these things on your own. Do your own research. But if you do choose to hire an immigration consultant, again, that's up to you. An immigration lawyer, that's again up to you. We are not discouraging you to, doing that. We are not discouraging you from doing that. It's all up to you. And then tier 5, we have tier 5 here. You can see tier 5 here. These are the jobs there on tier 5. Janitors, light duty cleaners, specialized cleaners, material handlers, mine laborers, okay, construction traders. And then on tier 4, when we looked at tier 4, just out of curiosity and interest, we find here that they are accounting and related clerks. These are jobs, friends. When you come over here, you can see sawmill machine operators, chemical plant machine operators, concrete, clay, and stone forming operators, hotel front desk clerks. You see, friends, they are all, here. They're all here. You are all covered on these jobs. These jobs are not being filled by the local people, and you are being asked to apply for these jobs. So these are the things that you need to also look out. Employer eligibility. So when we talk about employer eligibility, basically what they're saying is to be designated to make offers of employment under this program in Thunder Bay, an employer must be located within Thunder Bay and the area catchment, which includes these areas here. These areas which are being talked about here. And then they have the approach on how to support newcomer into the Thunder Bay catchment area as they enter. And then there's some frequently asked, questions. applicants and additional information. So these are things basically which you can go through at your own time. I just wanted to show you this wonderful program, which you can actually take advantage of for you to migrate to Canada, friends. You can migrate to Canada by 2024 because you can see that this program is running all the way from 2019 to 2024. And so you can actually take advantage of this program. Now, let me show you a list of employers that actually are approved for this particular program. Before we end this video, I would like to show you, the employers who are supposed to actually be recruiting. So there is a list of employers. So you can see here to say Thunder Bay major employers list. So these are some of the employers. And I can actually show you one employer who has actually advertised jobs for nurses. They have advertised jobs for nurses. So if you are a nurse, you can actually reach out to the health recruiter. I'll actually show you how to reach out to the health recruiter, and you can do that at your own time. So these are the recruiters here, the companies that hire under the RNIP program in Canada, Thunder Bay in particular. So St. Joseph's Care Group has actually advertised jobs, and this is the advert here. So there's this advert here. You can see this advert, friends. St. Joseph's is advertising full-time and part-time jobs, and these are the job description that is being listed there, and this time they're actually recruiting full-time. So when you see here, you can see the salaries there. They are actually recruiting registered practical nurses, and you can see much more information here on this job advert, which again I'll be able to share in the description box. Now you can see here where they're saying that if you're not located in Thunder Bay, relocation assistance of up to $5,000 may be available. Okay, so you can see this program, friend, and just to make you see that what I was talking about is actually in line with what is happening on this particular job advert. You can actually see that this particular job advert is being advertised as part of what is called the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, the RNIP program, the one I've just talked about, friends. And so you are here and you can take advantage of this opportunity to begin working on your job application. But before that, you want to make sure that you meet all those eligibility requirements I talked about, because they are using a point-based system to actually check whether you actually qualify for this particular program. And remember, you have to meet the overall federal criteria, which is what I talked about in the express entry program. So you will do very well to actually go and watch that video on the express entry program. And together with this video, use the information and then go a little bit further and do your own research so that you can actually, by the time you are beginning the process, you will have had much more information about this particular program. And so for now, I would like to simply show you, for those that are in health and they are interested in getting themselves to Thunder Bay. So there is this page here which is specific to health recruitment, and on here they actually list some of the health workers that work in Thunder Bay, their names, and a brief description of what they do. And just here, they actually say, contact our healthcare recruiter. So if you are a nurse, you are a healthcare provider, and you want to actually take advantage of this, if you do meet those criteria that I've talked about, please go ahead and reach out to the healthcare recruiter, and you simply come and click this particular, you know, link here, and it will give you the email address to a healthcare recruiter. You can see they say health recruitment at thunderbay.ca. So when you reach out to them, they'll be able to give you a response. And from there, you can actually pick it up. But make sure you meet the English proficiency, requirement. Make sure you have verified your education credentials with WES. And I will be able to talk about verification of credentials through WES and other platforms in another video. For now, friends, I would like to simply say thank you very much for watching this video. And if you do like this particular video, can you please go ahead and simply give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not yet done so, and if you have not yet hit the notification bell, please go ahead and do that, because we will be uploading much more videos on this channel, and so you do not want to miss anything. If all the information we are sharing resonates with you, you would want to stick around on our community, the BMI Care TV community, where we share opportunities that are available in different parts of the world so that you can excel academically and professionally. And if that appeals to you, friends, please do subscribe. And if you know people that might be interested in the content that we are sharing on this particular channel, please go ahead and share these videos with them and encourage them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Otherwise, for now, let me simply say it's bye-bye until I see you in our next video.